Well, hey, this is Danny Sunshine. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to close what we call open loops to increase our focus and productivity, and the number one app I use to do that. So the idea of open loops comes from this book, Getting Things Done, at least where I was introduced to it, by David Allen. We're reading that book as a part of the Iron Sharpens Iron Mastermind, and there's a picture on the right of Aaron Walker. He is my mentor and runs the Mastermind ISI at View from the Top. Really great guy. Reach out to him if you think he could help you out. And so David Allen in Getting Things Done talks about open loops, and I guess the idea is that we feel this way a lot of times as leaders. There's so much on our to-do list, right? How do we focus? How do we get some calm and some peace, some clarity in our professional lives so that we can add the most value to our organizations? Is it even possible? And how do we move from a situation that looks like this to one that's like this? A lot more serene, not a little more, a lot more peaceful, a lot more focused, and as a result, a lot more productive. So what do? It's all about open loops. And there's really two steps to closing open loops. Open loops are those nagging feelings, right? You wake up at 3 a.m. What do I need to get from the grocery store tomorrow? Like, why are you thinking about that? Or what's that email I need to respond to? Or this project I need to, work on, blah, blah, blah. So we keep ourselves nervous and anxiety ridden and unfocused. The waters are murky. Going back to this picture, we are definitely drowning in work when we have open loops. So to close them, David Allen, the author of Getting Things Done, suggests 2 things. Identify the desired outcome, the best outcome you want regarding each task, project, etc. And then assign one step, a milestone, right, that you can take that'll get you closer to that outcome. At this point, maybe it's develop a plan on how to complete the whole project, but you don't have to write all the steps right away. You just need to close the loop, and you do that by thinking about the best outcome and one step that'll get you closer to that. So here's an email I got today, and it's from my friend Jennifer Abrams. She's amazing. Google her, especially if you're in your education. She's just awesome thought leader in terms of having hard conversations, multi-generational workplaces, and she's writing a new book on playing or swimming in the deep end, which is a metaphor for doing those scary things. So anyway, she introduced me to Africa, who I definitely want to have on the podcast because she talks about something that's really important to me, culturally responsive teaching. So I'm about to move from Belgium to the US in 10 days, and I want to close this loop. So I quickly just respond to Africa saying, hey, you know what? Things are kind of crazy right now, but I've made a reminder to follow up with you on September 20th, and I'll get you that link. And so the cool thing is I could have either scheduled an email or I can use something which I love to do called Todoist. Before we get there, my flow used to be I'd work and I'd keep a journal open next to my computer, and anytime a new idea popped up or something that I felt like was urgent that I needed to work on, that interrupts you. So in order to close the loop, I jotted down what those things were in a notebook and assigned a date and that kind of stuff. Now what I do is I use this app, which is Todoist, and it's absolutely incredible. So let me show you here how I use it and why it's so important in terms of closing loops and managing all my tasks. So the cool thing about Todoist is you can have these different projects here, which you see me on the left scrolling through, and you see some of these things that it's every work day that I want to wipe off the counter from coffee. I received some good feedback from my wife that, hey, you leave the counters a little bit dirty during the workday, and I work from home right now. So when she comes home, I want it to be a clean place. And one little thing that I can do is just clean up. I've made coffee, I've made lunch and that kind of thing. So put my dishes away wipe off the counter from coffee. And I have that every single workday as a reminder, and I don't check it off unless I do it. Every week, I want to post my podcast to LinkedIn. Every day, I want to think about death, just not in a grim, scary type of way, but just to be thankful for the life I do have, the breath I have right now making this presentation for you. And I have a number of things on here. But what I want to show you lastly is just how to use Todoist. And I really just use it here in the quick add area. And what's so neat is you don't even need that open. It's such a smart app. So check out how I use this. And maybe it's to call Aaron Walker, right? My mentor. And I don't want to do that. Let's say, I don't know, I'm just going to make it up. I don't know when his birthday is. I have to look on my calendar. But let's say it's December 15th. Who knows? I can type December 15th and Todoist will put the reminder in the archive somewhere. And on December 15th, it'll magically appear. I can tag it with the project that it is. So maybe it's Better Leaders, Better Schools. Maybe it's a project like personal, whatever you want. So you can tag it to a specific date, but some other neat things you can do, and you saw that I have some every workday, you can say every Monday. And look how fast that is. And so that will pop up every Monday if I choose. You could say every weekday, okay? You could say every third Tuesday at 9:17 a.m. Like you could be pretty specific with stuff, and then it would show up every third Tuesday at 9:17 a.m. So this helps me get ideas out of my head. It helps me follow up and not drop any balls at all. And it helps me, most importantly, close all the open loops that are in my mind. And so I can focus on what's most important at hand. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you. Cool picture of me and just a little call to action. If you received any value from this video at all, where I discussed open loops and how to close them, 2 steps you can take, and how I use the Todoist app to do that, and you can help me out in a number of ways. So will you share this on social media? Will you like this video? Will you please follow or subscribe? And then answer this question of the day in the comments below. What is one best outcome for a task that is still open in your mind? And what's one step that will get you closer to achieving that task? I'm Danny Sunshine. I hope you got tremendous value from this video, and have a great day. Bye-bye for now.